Yo, what is up everyone, and welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to go over 15 plus hidden features in Final Cut Pro 10. The first one I want to go over is snapping and skimming. So if I go ahead and head over here and disable snapping right here, let's say I want to try to line this text up with this second clip. As you can see, it's pretty hard to know exactly where the second clip, actually starts. But if I go over here and enable snapping right here, as you can see, the text just all of a sudden just boom, snaps right into place. So by having snapping enabled, it basically just helps you line up clips better. So that lined up overlays, or you have a marker right here. As you can see, the marker lines up right here. So if there's a marker right here, I can easily line text overlays up with a marker right here. It basically just helps things kind of just snap into place. They can just save you a lot of time. Another feature I want to go over is skimming right here. As you can see, by clicking on this icon, it then allows me to kind of just quickly skim over the video, especially when you're like putting the final edit together. It's a good idea to kind of skim through your edit just to make sure you didn't make any significant mistakes. The next thing I want to go over is how to create a preset. So let's go ahead and click on this clip right here. Let's head over to the color board right here, and let's go ahead and just add a new color board. Let's say I want to change this color to green right here, but I want to apply this color preset onto another clip or onto future projects. All you want to do is click on Save Effects Preset right here, and let's just type in example right here, and then as you can see, you can figure out which category you want to save it in, and you can select which of the effects you actually want to save. So I go ahead and click on Save right here, and then I'll go to this clip right here and just go ahead and just delete the color board right here. And let's say I want to apply it onto this effect right here. I can just head over to, as you can see right here, color right here, and then here is the preset titled example, and there you go. You can apply the preset onto your clip. But let's say you want to delete the preset. All you want to do is right click on it, click on reveal in Finder, and then click on the preset and then delete the preset right there. As you can see right there, now I just deleted the preset right here. Let's go back to the effects panel right here, and if I head over to color right here, as you can see, the preset is completely gone. The next feature I want to go over is optical flow. So let's say I want to slow this clip all the way down. So I'll click over here to the retime option, and I want to slow it down to like 10%. But the problem is now this clip is lower than 24 frames per second. Remember, you can slow your clips down to like 120 frames per second. You can slow it down to about 40%, but you need to slow it down to 24 frames per second. But I slowed this lower than 24 frames per second, so the footage is going to be choppy. So all you want to do is head over here to video quality, all you want to do is head over to video quality right here, and then you want to click on optical flow. And basically what that does is it just creates like fake frames, and it allows you to slow down clips slower than you're actually supposed to. The next feature I want to go over is automatic speed. So let's say you have a whole bunch of different clips. Some are shot in 120, 30 frames per second, 60 frames per second. They're on a whole bunch of different frame rates, and you want to slow them all the way down to 24 frames per second. So you can go ahead and just select all your clips, head over here, and then just click on automatic speed. And there you go. Now all your clips are slowed down to 24 frames per second. These are 30 frames per second, so I can slow them down to 80%. So it'll basically just help you to make sure all your clips are slowed down to 24 frames per second. So it's just going to save you a lot of time. The next feature I want to go over is favoriting clips. So let's say I have a clip right here. I want to go ahead and I want to use this clip again later. So I'll go ahead, let's say I want to click on this clip and this clip. All you want to do is just press F right here, and as you can see, you have green lines right here. So basically just means you favorited the clips. So how do you go ahead and just view all your favorited clips? Go from all clips right here and then click on favorites right here. As you can see, you can view all of your favorited clips right there. So that's just one really nice feature. Another thing I want to go over is sound design. So as you can see right here, I'll just go ahead and just delete this preset right here. So as you can see, I'll go ahead and click on here, or click on the project right here. There's just a couple things you can do. Now if I click on the project right here, and as you can see right here, I'll go ahead and just click on the project right here. As you can see right here, modify right here. If I go to modify right here, as you can see, I could change the audio to surround sound. So if you want to have kind of a surround sound audio, then you can go ahead and just literally just change the audio. A couple other features you can do too is sometimes if the audio is only coming out of one speaker, you can head over to the dual mono, which will fix it sometimes right there. You can also head over to pan mode, and you can change the different pan modes. Let's say you want an audio or like a sound effect coming from a certain direction. You can mess with a whole bunch of these different pan modes. Ambience creates much more like a surround sound effect. An effect right there. So I go ahead and click on it right here, and let's say I want to go ahead and just change this to surround sound right there. As you can see right here, I'll go ahead and click on right here. As you can see, here are the surround sound speaker right there. So you can see right here. Now if you want to fix it and make it coming from all different directions, you could try clicking on create space. As you can see right here, now it's coming from all different directions right there. That's just, you know, one example or one thing you can do if you want to create kind of like a surround sound effect right there. The next I want to go over is moving clips without moving the other clips. So if I take this clip right here, as you can see, these clips are connected. So how do I only just select this clip? Well, if I go ahead, click right here, and just click lift from storyline right here, now I can just take this clip and move it without affecting the other clip right there. Okay, so let's also say I want to delete this clip right here without affecting the other clip. So if I just press delete right here, as you can see, it deletes all those clips right here. But if I click on shift delete right there, as you can see, there you go. So shift delete, it just creates a gap clip. So that's one example right there, and that can definitely be really helpful if you want to just delete a portion of the video. Let's say right here, go ahead, just click on shift delete, and there you go. It's completely gone, and you've left a gap clip, so it doesn't affect the rest of your timeline. It's not just gonna snap back into place. The next one I'll go over is highlighting clips that have already been used. So if I head over here to the view window right here, head to browser, and I'll go ahead and click on used media ranges. So it's basically just going to show you what clips you've used and what clips you've not used, which can be really helpful if you have like a massive project. So let's go ahead and scroll through until we find a clip that's already been used right here. Let's go ahead and keep scrolling down. As you can see, there you go. See this orange line right here? As you can see, here's a Saquon Barkley clip. So that clip has been used. Another orange line, another orange line. That basically just shows you which clips you've used and which clips you've not used, which can be really helpful. Again, if you've got like 200 clips and you don't remember which clips you used and which clips you haven't used, that can just be a really big help. Another really helpful tip is creating compound clips. So I go ahead and select all these clips right here. I'll go ahead and click on option G, and what that basically does is it just like groups the clips or nests the clips. But let's say I want to uncompound that compound clip, or basically just take it apart. All I gotta do is click on Shift Command G, and there you go. So that's pretty much it. So create the compound clip, and then click Shift Command G, and now I can take that compound clip apart, which can be a really big help. The next really helpful tip I want to go over is the grid outline right here. So I go ahead and look at this clip. I want to make sure this text is centered. All I want to do is click on View right here and click on Show Horizons. As you can see, there we go. Now I can basically see where the center is, so I can basically just center up the text. So it's definitely just a really nice tool if you want to if you want to center things to the screen, and you don't just want to eyeball it. You want to have an exact idea of where the center of the screen is. The next really helpful tip is the index feature right here. As you can see, here are a whole bunch of different stuff right here. As you can see right here, I'll go ahead and click on here. As you can see, I clicked on this marker and then I renamed this marker Overlay 1. So if I head back to the index right here, as you can see, here's Overlay 1. So basically you can just create a really nice time code by placing markers, and as you can see on the index right here. But let's go ahead and take on the clip right here. Let's say this Kyler Murray clip right here. As you can see, it basically allows you to have a whole bunch of different notes. So let's say I want to just type in like a freeze frame right here. So let's say I'm putting all these clips together and I realize, oh, I want to put a freeze frame on this, but I don't want to do that now. I want to go back and do it later. Putting notes can definitely really help you just to remember what things you actually want to do in the future when you're editing a certain project. Another really helpful tool in Final Cut is the info section. So if I click on a clip right here, I can head over here to the info section right here. As you can see, I can see the resolution of the original clip, and then I can also see the frame rate right here. So by just clicking on the info, you can go ahead and just view everything about that clip, which can be helpful if you're slowing down clips and you don't remember what frame rate you shot that clip in. Another really helpful tool in Final Cut is a transparency grid. So say I go ahead and go to 50% right here, and I want to create a freeze frame right here, or create like a sliding freeze frame. With a transparency grid, I want to go ahead and just move Patrick Mahomes. Because I have the transparency grid enabled, I can see outside the frame, which is really helpful to make sure I line Patrick Mahomes up, not here, but I want to line him up really close to the edge right here, but not showing. So that can be really helpful if you're creating any kind of like sliding freeze frame or any kind of sliding effect, to be able to go ahead and just see everything that's happening. So you can see right here, it's hard to see him right here, but I have the transparency grid enabled. There we go. So it's definitely just a really helpful tool, and it's come in handy a lot more times than you may actually think. Another really helpful tool is the new Instagram format template. So if I go ahead and click on the clip right here, I can go ahead and click on duplicate project as. As you can see, I can go ahead and change it to a square format, and I can also just change the resolution. And you want to click on smart conform because so you don't want to have any black outline. As you can see, it's like a 1080 by 1080, but this project is a 1920 by 1080. So by going from 1920 to 1080, from going to 1080 by 1080, it's going to create some black bars. So by smart conform, by using smart conform, it gets rid of those black bars. Now, yes, you still may have to adjust your clips a little bit, but that's just something you might have to do because Final Cut's going to do its best to try to fix it, but it's not going to fix all the problems. Another thing you can do is click on Command N right here. So you're creating a new project, and you can go ahead and just create like a vertical or a square project. If you're working with like Instagram or TikTok, that's just a really nice way to get a really quick format for those social media platforms. Another really helpful tip is finding backups in Final Cut Pro 10. So if I go over here and scroll up here, I can go ahead, click on File right here, and I can go ahead, go to Open Library, and then click on From Backups right here. As you can see, I can go ahead and just select a whole bunch of different backups. So that can be definitely good if your project gets corrupted. You can go ahead and use an old backup. The last helpful tip is being able to duplicate projects. So if I go ahead and click on a project and go ahead and click on Command D, and all that does is it just duplicates the project right here. So you can go ahead and right click on it, you can duplicate project, or you can create a snapshot of the project. Duplicating a project is really nice. Let's say you have a big project, you want to try an effect, but you're not sure if it's going to work. Duplicating a project allows you to try out that effect in the duplicated project, but it doesn't affect your current project, which can be really good. Test different effects out before you actually apply it onto your own timeline, because clicking Command D like 10 times can be really annoying, so that's one way to get away with it. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you found it helpful and informative. If you're new to this channel, I upload Final Cut Pro 10 tutorials every day at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you enjoy these types of videos, consider hitting that subscribe button. Also, a Final Cut Pro 10 tutorial playlist with over 220 Final Cut Pro 10 tutorials. See you in the next one. Peace.